Bishop.
And us.
Glad to be back once again.
Yes.
And as always, thank you for taking our time to watch our episodes, because you watch our episodes, right?
Yeah, you better.
I'm just saying, you watch the whole episode, not part of the episode. Because, we get reports.
And to the folks that know us, y'all better be watching it 3-4 different times.
And on different televisions, because we want these numbers up.
Different time zones and everything. Do you understand?
Different states. We want y'all watching us. You understand? We want you to notice everything.
Yes.
When did his eye twitch?
Who
fell out the chair?
Mm-hmm. Who drank all that stuff up?
That part.
Yeah.
So anyway, just please and share us with others. If you really enjoy this, let somebody else know.
Yes.
We like to see it on other people's Facebook page. Oh, look, they shared our stuff. I got a couple people I can shout out right now. I'm not gonna do it on this episode, but just know we see you.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Today's topic, which is a good one. We're going to talk about the subject of the importance of being present.
Amen.
The importance of being present. I'll kick this off. I'm always throwing it to you.
Yeah.
So
you gonna alley you yourself?
Yeah. I'll just swoop it, and we're going to see what we get from this. As a father, I felt that it was, and I still feel, that it's so important to be seen by your child in whatever they do. I was always one that whatever my son did, I always wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why I push so hard for that is because my father wasn't there.
Yeah.
My mother was, but my father wasn't. And like I said, I just always wanted to make sure he knew that he was priority in my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's something that is missing in some people. They just feel like, well, if I send my money, that's enough.
That shows that I care. Yeah.
No. People need to see you. These children need to see that not only am I sending my money, but I'm also going to be there.
Yeah.
I want to hear you play your instrument. I want to see you do your dance. I want to hear the speech that you give. I think it is very important that you are present, and I'm talking about physically present.
Yes.
In the lives of not just these children, but in other people.
Yes.
You got to be present.
Yeah. It's absolutely important, man. And I'll use my life as an example. Nobody really knows. Nobody knows. Well, not nobody knows, but let's just say y'all watching don't know that out of my 6 kids, 2 of them are not biologically mine, but they are mine, and they my sons. And I would not, but just for the sake of explaining where I'm coming from, I wanted to let that be known. But they are my kids. I've been raising both them boys since they were 2 and 3 years old, and now they have a father, and he was not very good at showing up. And I won't say no names because I'm not looking to get anybody in trouble or somebody to look down upon. I'm just simply explaining the importance of being present. And now my boys are now 22 and 23. Both are married, and you would not believe that how much they come up to me and tell me how important it was that I showed up for them, that I was there for them, that I showed up to the games, that I showed up to just different things, different stuff that they had in their life, their weddings, it was so important to them. And because in the moments is when you may drop that pearl of wisdom, or you may drop that advice that just, pushes them towards the person they're going to be. And you would be amazed at how important it is to your children or to your friends or to anyone just for you to be able to show up for them. And I heard a man once say, and I won't say no names about him either, but he said, you won't know that you was a good father until you did. You just won't hear it. And I'm just like, that ain't true at all. Not true at all. My kids come and tell me all the time how much they appreciate me being there, how much they appreciate the hours that I worked. And do they say it all the time to where I'm like, sometimes I feel like, man, I wish they'd say this. But no, they don't do that all the time like that. But they do at times tell me how appreciative they are of me being the father and the man that I was. So they are giving me my flowers, so to speak, before I leave this earth. And it's been a blessing. It truly has been a blessing. When my oldest boy got married, he told me how much he appreciated me showing up. He showed up to the house, didn't even know how to tie his tie. And it was moments like that. And truth be told, I didn't know how to tie a tie. But when he came over and was like looking for his father to help him put on his tie so that he can go get married, I hurried up and Googled so that I could be there. And it was just, we got pictures of it, of me putting this tie on my son's neck. He's getting ready to walk down the aisle, marry the love of his life. And it's those moments where you show up that mean the world to them. Man. Yeah. And we got to learn how to show up for not just only our children, for our parents, for our friends, for our loved ones, and hey, for God.
Yeah.
Hello.
And we're not doing this so that we can get the accolades.
No, not at all.
Because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what a good parent does.
Yes.
That's what a good father does.
Yeah.
Be there for them. And for some, you may not think it's that important, but for them, it could mean the whole world.
The whole world.
You know what I'm saying? I was there when you rode your bike the first time, or I was the one that taught you how to drive the car, or I was there when you graduated from high school, from college. They look for you.
Oh yes.
Because I ain't gonna lie, when I had some of the biggest milestones in my life, I was looking toward the audience to see where my mom was.
I'm trying to tell you.
I just wanted to know that she was there. I knew she was there, but just to see her, it was important for me.
It lights you up.
And and even to this day, we laugh and joke because I like to go and surprise her at times. But it means something to me when I see her when I'm going to speak somewhere else, and I'm not really expecting her. I don't know if she's gonna be there, and I see her sitting there.
Yeah,
that does something for me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That it's worth more than money.
Yes, absolutely.
Just your presence being there, it gives me comfort. When I see a crowd of people that I know, but I know you, I know you, and you take out time. And talking about my mom, you live in 150 some odd miles away, and you coming to hear me, who you've heard, God knows how many times.
Oh yes.
But yet still, you take our time to do that. To me, that just means the world to me. And so when I see stuff like that, it just makes me want to be a better man.
Yes.
Now, we talked about in the past. Some of our examples of people that we respected. Bishop Mark Blade was one. I'll never forget one time we had to go to, it was right outside of South Bend. And so I had to drive him. So it was a 4-hour drive going up there. So I'm thinking in my mind, 4-hour trip, we either going to be up here a long time or we're going to have to get a hotel and come back tomorrow. We get up there, and first of all, when he walks in the building, people are in awe of this man. And if you knew Bishop Blade, he just a nice guy, but just the prestige that he held, and people were just like, ooh. He got in there and worked that room for 55 minutes, got done, and came to me and said, all right, let's go. And I'm thinking, so where we going? Back to the hotel? No, we're driving back tonight. 4 more hours. And I thought to myself, are you serious? You came up here to be with these people for 55 minutes and we leaving? But what I didn't realize, or I didn't capture until later, was how important it was for them to see him. It was important that he showed them that no matter how small this group is, you're important to me.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
oh yeah.
In hindsight, I'm like, wow, that's what a good leader does. You sat there and drove all them hours just to be with me for 55 minutes, just to encourage me, and now you're driving all the way back. Where we could have did that on the phone.
Yeah.
And that's what we be thinking. You could have put me up on the screen somewhere, and you could have showed my face, and we could have just said whatever you got to say and be he wanted to be present. And that instills something to me as a leader that sometimes I don't feel, in myself, I'm thinking it ain't that important if I'm there. But for somebody else, it means the whole world. And so I'm trying to learn how to do that more. So
yeah, man. I mean, it's just a blessing for people to be able to show up for you, man. It makes you feel like it just makes you feel on top of the world, and for me, nothing's more important that I show up for my children. And and like I said, my children, and it was a time in my life where I felt like, man, I'm not there for them because I was just working a lot, and I feel like, man, I wasn't there for them. And so one Father's Day, now this is the youngest of my children, who I am very proud of. She is getting ready to go to college in a couple more weeks. I get to
actually,
with a heavy
she's in college. She's in college right now.
Oh yeah, she's in college. Yes, she is.
True.
Sorry.
He said he don't even know what date it is. That girl in college, he done sent her off, and now he's still thinking she at home. She's been in the home long enough. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, go ahead. She in college.
But she in college. And I remember one year, man, I got the feeling like, man, I'm not there. I'm always missing stuff because I couldn't, I'm working. I can't show up to everything. And so for Father's Day, she bought me a picture frame that said moments where you were there, and I got it hanging up in my house right now. And she put pictures of where I watched my son graduate. I was there for him for a track meet at the school. I was there for her when she had something going on in kindergarten. Something here with my daughter. Something here with the other daughter. She said, "See, Papa, you was always there." Wow. Said you might not been there for everything. Said, but you always been there rooting us on. And I'm gonna tell you what, if that don't make you say, man, that don't make you sit back and go, man, I really did do a job. Yeah, I did something here, and it was a worthwhile job. It may have been hard at times, but it was worth every bit of my presence being there. Yeah. Sometimes these kids give us they're more of a blessing than we realize. Yeah, and we got to start really seeing that.
Yeah, it is something when they come back and say thank you.
Oh yeah,
because you really sometimes in your mind, but do you really realize the sacrifice I made for you?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Do you really catch that? And some kids, they don't know how to show their appreciation. There are some that are like that, but when they do show you that gratitude, take it in. Take that in, and don't throw it back in their face. Right? You should do more for me. But to me, that tells me that you're not doing it for the right reason. You're just doing it for the applause. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't become a father because I wanted somebody to clap for me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go to this stuff because I wanted somebody to be like, "You're a great dad." No, I did it because I wanted my son to one day become a great dad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to put something in him to show him this is how you're supposed to do this. Yes. I wanted to be his example. And so that's why I do what I do. That's why I've done what I've done. Even traveling for the vacation. We talked about vacations in the last episode. I went there and I cooked for him. He wanted quesadillas, and he likes his dad quesadillas. And one thing he knows about me, I only make quesadillas in the fall. That's the only time I make them. I don't know why. It's just in the fall. But it's summertime, vacation time. I go all the way to North Carolina to cook for him because I wanted to show him that, first of all, I'm here for you. And I wanted him to have that example so that he could do it for himself. And then I got to meet his girlfriend, who, by the way, makes some dynamite strawberry cheesecake cookies.
Oh, sweet joke. Whoa.
Oh.
Cookies?
Cookies.
You didn't bring that one back?
You didn't want them.
Oh, my Lord.
Man. And she told me up front, she said, "These are good." And I looked at her, I was thinking, "You confident."
Yeah, you talking bold.
And man, when I bit that cookie, I said, "You right." you are good.
I cannot fight with you.
Oh no, you did your thing. And so yeah, but I wanted to be present. Even, that it was a long drive. I wanted to show my son, I'm here for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
10 hours away, I'm here for you. And I do it again. If you need me, I am here for you. And I feel like even in our lives, We didn't always have that.
No, I
You know,
didn't.
especially from our male figure, we didn't have that.
Nope, I
And
didn't.
so I think we make that extra effort in their lives to make sure, let them know you do have that.
Oh yes.
You do.
Oh yes. Because I can remember times where I was in some sporting event, and just the way our lives was back then. My mom and my dad, they wasn't able to make it to any of my track meets or any of my cross country meets, and I'll tell you firsthand, it hurt. You know what I mean? But I knew why they had to miss. I knew, but it did hurt, and I really wanted them to be there. And it was, and when I got older, I was just like, man, I wonder how I would have performed if I wasn't feeling sad that nobody was there to watch me run.
Yeah.
I wonder how my attitude would have been. Because it's hard trying to be great when there's nobody rooting you on that you are great.
That's right.
And so I can remember those times, man. But it's not to say that my parents didn't love me or didn't care, but I just remember those times where they that was an important part of time in my life for me. And I mean, nobody was there to cheer me on or to say, hey, Timmy, man, well done. You know, it is what it is. I learned from it, I grew from it, and now I'm a better man, a better father, a better friend, than before,
Yeah.
But if I may, I do want to give, well, like how they say, flowers. And I want to let you know, Bishop, that you are a great father, you are a great friend, and then you are a great son to your mother. I've seen it, I've witnessed it, and keep doing what you do, man, because not only am I watching, but I know there's other people out there watching too, and it's important that they see a godly example of how we as men wear all these hats. And it's not to take away from the mothers, but sometimes I don't think we give our sons, our nephews, or fathers the recognition that they deserve. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for being who you are.
I can pass flowers right back. And I really can, because I have seen firsthand, and I can say firsthand on so many levels on how great a dad you are. And you are, a lot of people say they're there, but if the phone ring, it don't matter when it rings, and it don't matter what's said on the other end of it, you were there. And that, it to me, you don't have, and I'm not diminishing my one because he's enough, but you have six, and you're constantly getting phone calls, and you're there for, if you can be, if you could split yourself into six, you would. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure that you're there for all of them, and then to be the husband that you are, and being the man of God. So the way you give it to me, I have to also give it right back to you, because, and not only you, my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've told people before, they may not understand the dynamic. You're more of a brother to me than a friend to me. And people say stuff like, "You're my brother." No, no, no. You don't. You will not. Y'all will never understand the way this dynamic is.
Oh yeah.
And I appreciate God every day for putting a person like you in my life to help be an example to me in times when I feel like, okay, am I doing this right? Yeah. And I can see some of the stuff that you do and be like, okay, I see how that works. So I just wanted to tell you as well, keep up the good work. You are a great dad, and you got grandchildren that you're gonna have to be there for. I ain't got none yet. And son,
I'm praying double. I'm praying for double.
He talking about for his.
No, for him. Oh. For him. See, because this was so crazy about it. I'm praying for double for him, but guess what? He gonna bring his grandkids. Come over here and meet Uncle Tim.
That's it.
And I'm gonna be like, I ain't got no cookies. I ain't got nothing to drink.
And I bet he lying.
He said, make a roundabout through the house and get right back out. Like, this the living room, this a chair I sit on, that's the refrigerator back.
You say no. You say, hit that drawer 2 times. It's gonna open up and everything you wanted. Right there.
Nah.
Nah. So we know where the secret stash is. Yeah, we do. Anyway, so this has been a good episode.
Yeah, it
and
is, man. Yeah,
it's important to be present. Make
Yes.
sure that you are present. If you can be there, be there. And I think that'll be the best thing.
I just got one more thing to say. Can I say one more thing?
Say one more thing.
Y'all out there in Facebook land, wherever you at, y'all try to show up for your pastors.
Oh wow.
Try to show up for your pastors' wives. They are dealing with more than y'all think. Show up for the evangelist that shows up to y'all. They are dealing with more than what you know. Mm-hmm. And they are dealing with life in a whole nother way and still showing up there to pray and to be an encouragement to you, to help you, to be there for you. Learn to show up for these people. Do not believe the hype that they're just sitting back and taking money and driving around these fancy cars and all this type of stuff, and their life is easy. Because I could tell you firsthand, not from experience of being a pastor or an evangelist myself, but from traveling with them and dealing with pastors and pastors' wives closely, they are dealing with and going through and having to still be there for people after they've been talked about, stabbed in the back, pushed aside, talked about, and they still supposed to show up and do everything God asked them to do. Y'all learn to be there for them. You know, we make a pastor appreciation so that we can appreciate a family that's probably dealing with more than what you're dealing with, and still having to show up and be there for 100+ people. And then they are and we have made it in such a way in society that every Sunday you better show up with a banger of a word, not knowing that they banged up on the inside, digging from the very depths of their soul, trying to give you a word that would encourage you because your light bill can't get paid, but their life is totally upside down. I'm just speaking the truth here.
That's true.
That is the facts, man.
That's the truth.
That is the facts.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I traveled with DaBizhop, and I've witnessed it in my own church and at other churches. These pastors and these wives of these pastors, and wives of evangelists, and they deal with a lot. And all I'm saying is, be present for them when they ask you to be. If they want you to be present for them, be present for them. And you would be amazed at how much that would strive them, push them to go forward even more. So, in any case, I guess we can end right there. We love y'all. Keep watching. Like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate the support.
And as always, it's the Bishop.
And Oz.
Catch you next time. This is the Bishop.